Britain's cultural landscape is on the move. What we see is not necessarily what we get. I mean, the royal family are Germans, Rolls-Royce is German, and Germany won the last game at Wembley. Now, it's got nothing to do with what happened on the beaches 50 years ago. I'm more worried about the fact that the country which inspired the mullet is snapping up our national heritage. I hardly have to mention the all-new German Mini, but don't forget about the old British ones that went before it. The Mini Cooper was the working man's Ferrari, the people's champion, a cheeky, thoroughbred race car that spanned every generation and social class. But now it's changed nationality to the land where they look to David Hasselhoff for cool. The long-term signs aren't good. Well, there's nothing we can do now, and for the time being we don't have to worry too much because the real thing is alive and kicking today as a second-hand bargain. Now, be calm, we're not in classic car territory because if you want a slice of British motoring history, it's the cars from 1990 onwards which make the best buys. And someone who knows all about that is Michael Cooper, the son of the bloke who started it all. OK, Michael, why is now a particularly good time to buy a Cooper?
Well, it's an opportunity. The Mini's been around for 40 years and it stopped production last year in its current form. Being an icon, it's an opportunity for someone to buy a piece of history.
And the thing that's most important, all the spares, everything I need to keep my Cooper up to scratch, they're all available still, aren't they?
They're all available. There's many specialists in the country now that are reproducing the parts, so Mini will be around for a lot longer.
Your old man seems to have done a fair enough job, but be honest with me, what goes wrong?
Well, I mean, if you're buying a car over 10 years old, obviously you want to watch rust. The early cars did have problems with rust on the sills and the subframes.
If you were going to pick out one Mini in particular over the last 10 years that was a bargain, what would it be?
I think if you can get a very low mileage 1990 limited edition Cooper when they reintroduced the Mini Cooper again, that would be the one to go for.
The thing about the Cooper is that you're getting so much for your money, and not just in mechanical terms.
The Mini Cooper driver is seen as independent, in the know, and a bit of a maverick. Usually that sort of image doesn't come cheap, but we've seen 10-year-old Minters in here for just £2,500. A couple of large nights out.
You can also find plenty of value in the cars which ran from 92 to 96. They're old enough to be bargains, but hopefully not so ancient to be suffering from too many ailments. Pay no more than £5 for a box-fresh example.
There are plenty of limited editions knocking around, but you should be aware they're simply cosmetic differences, so don't pay over the odds for something which is just the matter of a badge. In 1996, the Mini Cooper underwent some revisions in order to make it a bit more competitive against the new wave of Super Minis. In true doddery English style, the makeover was just a few tweaks to make it a bit more youthful.
The engines became twin-point injection and had a bit more power. Cosmetically, they're also slightly different, with the most desirable being those fitted with the Sport Pack, which includes wheel arch extensions and 12-inch alloys. The interiors also became more sophisticated and featured for the first time ever a driver's airbag. A nearly new Cooper with a couple of thousand on the clock is going to be around £8 to £9. And for all cars, look out for the Performance S version for another £500 to £1,000 extra. But don't forget, you're buying the last of a complete motoring legend, and modern-day classics don't get much more affordable. In a few weeks' time, we'll be road testing the much-hyped all-new German Mini. By the time that car becomes a second-hand bargain, the BBC will probably be German, we'll all be listening to heavy metal, and the Rolls-Royce will come with a bleached denim interior.
Cool has never been this cheap. Grab them while you can.